All right, so during the Q4 earnings call, we also heard Elon talk about that the Tesla Semi is going to have to wait for 4680s. They just can't make them fast enough. So Elon said on the earnings call, if we were to make the Semi like right now, which we could easily go into production with the Semi, but we would not have enough cells. We would have to supply cells ourselves for Semi when we are producing the 4680 in volume. But for example, Semi would use typically 5 times the number of cells that a car would use, but it would not sell for 5 times what a car would sell for. So it would not make sense for us to do the Semi right now, but it will absolutely make sense for us to do it as soon as we can address the cell production constraint.
And just on the topic of 4680s, I think that a lot of people don't really understand what the 4680s are going to do in the cars. And I think it really comes down to this graph right here.
Yeah, that graph on Battery Day was really misleading. We've already talked about it before, but when I saw it the other day again, I also had to remind myself what it means.
The graph is supercharge time increase on the y-axis, and on the x-axis, it's cell diameter. So they're showing that if you don't have a tabless cell, if you have just one tab on the cell, that the charge time is going to get significantly longer the bigger a diameter cell you have. But if you have a tabless design, it's not going to get any longer. But if you take a look at the graph, it's not going to get any faster either.
Yeah, I think a lot of people thought the 4680s were magical and that you would have a faster charge time. At least I hoped that when we first heard about it. But the more we've looked into it, no, it's cheaper to make and maybe more energy dense, but it's not going to allow you to charge it faster. And so I guess the next question comes up, what are they going to use the 4680s in? Because now we just learned they're not using them in the refresh Model S and X.
And we know that they're making a lot of these batteries at the Cato Road facility, which is a pilot plant. And we also know that they're going to basically duplicate the Cato Road facility, maybe even in a larger scale, at Giga Austin and Giga Berlin.
We did a little math here, and with the 10 gigawatt hours that they're making this year of 4680s, I'm just conjecturing here, so conjecture alert. Conjecture time! That maybe a small batch of the 4680s could go for the Plaid Plus. Because if you look at the stats, the Plaid Plus is so much better than the Plaid. How are they achieving that?
Yeah, I mean, I think a leap in battery technology would be the way that they would do it. And I think that this would also go towards some of the semis. I think that right now the batteries that they're producing at Cato Road probably aren't like ready to go in production vehicles. They're still doing a lot of testing on them. But if the testing goes well, maybe they would have a big stockpile of 4680s that they could dump into the Plaid Model S Plus.
Then I think you're going to see Berlin making their own 4680s for the German Model Ys, and the same will be true for Austin.
And Giga Austin, of course, is going to be making the semi-truck, the Cybertruck, and the Model Y. And one just interesting thing here about the Cybertruck, it has a similar Plaid Plus-y kind of jump when you go from the 300 plus mile range car to the 500 plus mile range car. You have that same performance boost, and you also have that range boost, which makes me kind of think that maybe the 4680s aren't going in the base model Cybertrucks. I don't know. Maybe I'm completely wrong about that.
No, this would make sense because, I mean, they did initially say that the tri-motor would come out first, but then they backed off on that, right? So that might be because they need to wait for these 4680s. Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for watching Now You Know Clips. You can watch full episodes of Tesla Time News on Mondays and in-depths on Fridays. Just click the link down below to head over to the Now You Know channel.